And we back. Can you dig it?
Happy Wednesday.
And we back.
Dub 5. Dub 5.
Joe Missy, what it do? Hold up.
This is the first lady. Hey, hey.
Hey, hey, and this is your girl Egyptian.
Phone sex. What y'all niggas trying to spend, man?
They're not worth anything.
We got earners over here,
Hey,
man.
yo,
We
look. Damn, nigga, fetish the world for real.
Women only.
Nigga.
Women
Yeah.
feet
Gonna
only.
be called corn oil.
So look,
Okay.
how we gonna start them off with the flame, nigga? What's up? Hey, fuck Starbucks, off bruh,
Wait a
off
minute,
jumps.
hold on.
What's up? What's up? You ain't. What's up? What you want?
No,
hold
let
up?
me let you say what you have to say
All right,
first.
go ahead.
Okay, I've learned.
Oh no. Nah, I'm just saying off
Quick
jump.
learner.
Fuck Starbucks. That's the headline right now. Fuck Starbucks. What's up? How y'all feel about it? What's going on?
It's a simple conversation.
I think
It's quite simple.
What I've heard, I think it was one individual that made a fucked up decision.
Okay. You gonna blame
and
it?
the way she carried the way she carried it was very unprofessional and insensitive.
Yeah.
Where do you think that came from, though? Like,
It doesn't say anywhere. If you are a franchise, anybody can go into Starbucks and sit down and have coffee and drink. You see a lot of people
True
on
shit.
their laptops,
just chilling.
just chilling.
Right. And then not to mention, he saw the white dude coming out the bathroom when he was told he couldn't go in the bathroom. You feel me?
It was no argument. It was no
Nah.
disrespect to the lady. She bluntly told them that they had to, if they weren't buying anything, they had to leave.
But hold on. So I'm gonna throw a curveball in the mix, right?
Go ahead, do that.
First and foremost of all, nobody cares about Starbucks. I mean, the coffee's overpriced anyway.
Yeah. Fuck coffee. Fuck
But-
off.
From a business standpoint, if somebody comes to your business and is in your business and doesn't spend money, then what the fuck are they doing? That's like, it don't matter what you're selling.
Hold on.
You could be selling weed.
Yeah, but you have to have a probable cause, just like a police officer. She didn't give them time. They were going in there for a meeting. Yeah. They were waiting for another gentleman.
Which is not uncommon.
Which is not uncommon.
Which is
It's
not
normal Starbucks.
It's a normal Starbucks. Even when we
behavior.
when we was getting together, I was gonna get somebody
My
to.
grandmother's on Instagram.
Wow.
I was.
Sorry.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Grams.
Hey, grandma.
Granny.
So even when we started to get together and melt, I was gonna have a meeting with this guy at Starbucks, and make a long story short, it was a lady that was standing by, and she even knew it was wrong, and she was not of melanin color. She was a Caucasian woman, and she tweeted, "They are harassing these two men for what?"
For what?
She was Caucasian. She even herself tried to figure out why was this happening. She was confused because some people are not racist. I'm sorry, but she was confused on why was this happening.
Yeah.
And so that's when she started recording.
I don't know if I can 100% blame Starbucks.
Individual person.
Yeah, it's definitely the individual person. One, Starbucks, they're franchises. So not one person owns all of them.
Right.
Two.
It's like McDonald's. It's like when you
Right.
see niggas wrecking in the McDonald's and shit.
Two,
Old people be in
You see,
McDonald's.
we don't have that
You
analogy
don't-
with this one though.
you don't really know who you're hiring. Like, you can't tell in an interview if the person you're hired is prejudiced or not,
That's true.
or racist. So it was definitely the individual. I think they did a good job addressing it and saying
was
that
hurt.
they would address it. And I like the fact that they're taking the day out to close 8,000 something stores, because they make a lot of money. That's a
Well,
big deal
they
for
they
them.
closing in the afternoon. The money comes in the morning, for real.
I mean,
So
don't be trying to trick us and
but
shit.
it's still a step based on one person and not the company overall. Like, they didn't have to do that
And they
for
closing
one
it for
person.
trade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I can't blame Starbucks as a whole.
All right.
Maybe that particular store should have just handled it, but
Well, let me apply some context. You know what I'm saying?
Joe, let's go.
There's two stories. You know what I'm saying? Because it's two stories about a Starbucks. It's one in two different areas. The one Starbucks is about the two black guys that was chilling that was trying to be for a meeting, and then then the white friend came and seen that his friends was being pressed up by the police for just sitting there waiting for him to arrive and have a meeting. Then it's another incident just happened, I think today or not too long ago, where a black brother was trying to use the bathroom, and if somebody told him that he couldn't use the bathroom and because he didn't buy that, but then at that moment he saw a white guy come out the bathroom and tell him that he didn't buy anything. He was about to buy something at that moment, but he had to use the bathroom first. So what I'm saying is, I don't think I agree with y'all with it's a representation of how we are being perceived in America at this very date, and I feel like that should be the topic of discussion, not Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? The fact that
it happens all the time.
Yeah. We're being perceived as having no value, and we're being perceived as being unrepresented, and that's due to how we doing ourselves. And that's
but bro, what's up? Hey, bro, like the crazy part is like if. From that perception standpoint of us not having value, black men or women or melanated person or woman, it's like, damn, it's like, is that not human crime?
What you mean?
The shit that we dealing with. When you bring up like police brutality and stuff like that. It is
a crime because there's no...
Like it's not against...
humanity. That's
humanity that what we dealing with. Like how is it not to a point where it causes an uproar that it should?
That's but see, you know, you understand how America is ran from corporations. You know what I'm saying? Like America is a corporation.
Talk to the people
you know what I'm saying?
They need to understand.
Yeah, they do, because America is a corporation. So when you dealing with a corporation, you have to be a corporation. You feel me? So black people, as of at this date, we don't have a foundational system, a backing system like the gays have, like Democrats have, that Republicans have, that any other title that you can put. You know what I'm saying? That have our people involved in. We don't involve ourselves in a magnified front to protect and show value in ourselves on that note. And then on a lower note, we don't value ourselves. They see that we don't value ourselves. I just gave y'all an analogy before we started the show that if you in a relationship and you always complaining about, you know, you and your spouse and what y'all going through, and then you take your spouse around and people, you're going to see people devalue your spouse because of how you've been doing it from day one and your representation. And that's what we do as black people. We devalue each other. Don't represent each other right. You know what I'm saying? We fear each other, we hate each other, we kill each other, and then we want other people to respect us on a unreasonable note because we don't even show the value in each other.
I understand where you're coming from, but I feel like all races are the same.
Exactly.
What you mean?
If we keep on having a mentality of we don't respect each other, we don't, because I see it happen in all different races.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I
see
all white people don't get along.
They kill each other for actually insurance money.
Can I
say they actually kill more of their spices for
you right though.
They kill each other for
I agree.
fun.
I get
fun.
White people.
Okay, but let me can I say something right quick? What I want to say, because y'all both right like a motherfucker. But what I want to say though is that you gotta understand the position that we're in. You know what I'm saying? If we were in the same position that they're in, then we can say what they do. But when we're in the position of being defeated and we're in the position of being oppressed, then how can we tell our children that you have to go out here and work harder than the white man to get a job? But we can't tell our children that you got to love each other harder than the white man love each other. Or for them, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to understand that the value that we place on things that we obtaining has to be circumvented and replaced to how we look at each other. You know what I'm saying? We gotta look at each other like we have value. That means that even though we know black on black crime is a fake thing, because there's white on white crime. There's, you know what I'm saying? You're doing crime around the people you live around. You know what I'm saying? We know black on black crime is an ill concept.
That's a demographic thing.
Yeah, exactly. But
how black people gonna kill white people if they live around black people?
What we do, but one thing that we gotta be honest about is black people, that we do openly devalue each other we openly devalue each other on a national level. Like we will talk bad about each other. We on like we all like this like America all black. Like white people ain't sitting here watching us on Love and Hip Hop damaging each other on the news damaging each other, even though the news is flagrant. But you know what I'm saying.
Right.
But what we do is we don't understand that the image. We got to start understand. We got to do the foundational work of loving each other and breaking that fear. And that's what we were talking about before. We got a lot of fear. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
We afraid of each other. We don't love each other. We afraid of each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying. That shit that was taught to us. You know what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
But my thing
some
is,
of y'all niggas I'm afraid of. I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I walk down the street and clutch my bag.
I know. I try to reach out, right?
Fuck that shit. I'm just saying.
I mean, use your discretion, T. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
Use
that's
your
why
discretion.
I fear some of y'all niggas.
Yeah.
I try to use that tactic and just love on my brethren. And then that nigga looked at me like, you close the motherfucking door.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I just asked you to do just one simple thing. Like you are 20 years old and I'm like 40. You
Right.
can't close my door for me.
Right.
He looked at me like I was like a trick or something.
You like, why I gotta love this nigga? You can't even shut my goddamn door, huh?
Man, no respect. So we got to talk to the youth.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But you know,
Youth is,
yeah, you're right. You're right
The
about
youth
that.
is,
You right.
and I see it's gotten a little better.
What you mean? In what ways?
And I can say this after I saw a change when Obama was elected at how intrigued our children were when it came to a black president. So they started carrying themselves different. The conversation was different.
That's
like
true.
I listened to a conversation with a 5-year-old talk about he hopes Obama makes a change in this world because of such and such. They started engaging in these conversations because they were listening to their parents have intellectual conversations with the family members. So they're like, wow, I can be a president too. So I saw our children start carrying themselves in a different way. Even high school. Suitland High School has gotten so much better than it did years ago. With the grades and everything. And I think it shouldn't take one person, but I think our families got together more in a communicating more when it came to sitting down.
I do think there was a sense of
Culture, understanding the culture.
black people loving each other
Loving-
during that time. Like we were more loving of each other. We weren't so critical of each other
Absolutely
at that point.
not.
Because it was a love thing when
Around-
Obama was being elected. Both
It
times,
was.
actually, but especially
Simply
the first
because
time.
he was a black man elected president.
For president.
Because
Yeah.
who would have thought that we would be alive
To
for
see
that
that.
to happen? That's a big deal.
It was a big
So all right. So since we talking about it, what's the value of it then?
Okay, talk to him now.
What's the value of having a black president? I mean, you know.
I think
we gonna use
she
terms
kind of
Like-
explain.
overcoming
She kind
that
of
barrier.
to an extent,
but
like
she was talking about the inspiration. I think.
Yeah,
I
being
think,
connected.
I think the inspiration.
Inspiration.
That's the only thing I can give some validity to. You know what I'm saying? Is that it's some child that America can't control what Obama being in office inspired them to be. You know what I'm saying? Like inspiration is something that America can't control. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
no matter what I feel,
Right.
I might feel that Obama might be a puppet or just the presidency and politics might be a show. It might have inspired. It's a possibility it had inspired some child
opened
to be
conversations.
better than what he
Yeah.
might have chose to be before he saw that image. I will give
Yeah.
that some validity. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right. I
But-
mean,
yeah.
that's factual.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only value that I can see beyond. I mean, beyond that, I can't see no other value. You know what I'm saying?
And being a parent, my son started asking me questions like, "Ma, I can do that," and wow, I mean, we have a president that's African American. Did you think that this was gonna come? Like my son is asking me these questions, and I'm like, "Boy, what you know about that?" But it made me start thinking about Obama is the first black president, but we have so many black men that were inventors.
Mm-hmm.
That and I started, Marcus Garvey. You have so many. We've built Washington D.C.
Oh, nigga, we built this
built
country.
America.
We built
Yeah.
this country.
Tell it, T.
You know.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We built civilizations.
So I started telling him, like, I give him things to do, like, research this black person, research this person, research. So I started getting him to research because we are more than what they're trying to portray us as.
All day.
We are so much powerful.
Oh, you better talk it, sister.
And and that's what our people need to understand.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
When we say, "Oh, our black men are nothing," I don't say that. Some, because I can only relate to the black men I deal with. Some black men are not shit. If I was dealing with a white man, some white motherfuckers ain't shit.
And these
Then
bitches
we-
ain't shit.
then we
And
was
these
saying
bitches ain't
last
shit.
week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And them bitches ain't shit. But go ahead, continue.
And then you got some bitches ain't shit, but hoes are tricks.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. Inspiration. We need to. It's like you going back to what you were saying. I think we should start. Keep on talking to our children and keeping them and educated.
Now,
The
you know.
the schools don't educate them with
Oh, man. That's a whole
what they
nother
need to know
conversation.
about their own history.
That's a whole nother
So it
conversation.
starts home, right?
Yeah, hell yeah. See, my thing about when Obama was in office, like, I was inspired at the moment because, like I said, I had a mean ass fro, but when that nigga got in the office, I cut that joint because I was getting pulled over every motherfucking turn I made and shit. And I was like, when Obama went in the office, I remember my ex-girl always said, "You look like Obama." So I was like, oh, I'm about to cut my motherfucking hair, get that bitch back. So I cut my motherfucking hair and try to look like Obama Jr. and shit out this motherfucker, right? So, you know what I'm saying? So Obama did inspire motherfuckers to try to take some type of pride in themselves. But when I did start to kind of realize was that is as I got older, I realized what hope does for black people. You know what I'm saying? They understand, the powers that be understand that hope, we get so they use that against us. You know what I'm saying? So when I realized that, I started seeing like, damn, propaganda of hope and go nowhere. We would go nowhere, and I feel like that's what we did. Like, and I'm not blaming Obama. I'm talking about the system. The system at hand is always going to sell us hope. You know what I'm saying? Instead of understanding that, it's till we understand that our true value system got to be in each other. You know what I'm saying? And we got to stop being afraid of each other. And we got to start fighting for each other. You know what I'm saying? Because like going back to the Starbucks thing, it was a black police. Now I don't know if it was another black person in that store, but it was a black police officer that was standing right beside the white guys that was arresting the brothers. Why this nigga didn't stand up and say, you know what? Hold up, this is crazy. Nah, hold up. You know what? Hey, look, y'all just go home. You know what I'm saying? And stand up for what's right. Why does it always got to be we sitting by watching us being we watching? Why are we so afraid to stick up for us and put our life on the line while we watching an injustice happen to each other?
And it was really ridiculous because I've been in a restaurant before and I've seen restaurant owners want someone to leave, right? Mm-hmm. They wasn't arrested. They was just escorted out. Why was these men put in handcuffs?
Right. Hey, you know what?
Why were they put in handcuffs?
Time out, E. Did y'all see the little joint that went online when it was a sister, black woman in a Asian restaurant. Asian guy wanted her to leave. Motherfucker came from behind the register and started choking her out. You saw the joint? Dog! Real shit. Started choking the motherfucker out. I think he got arrested, but the whole time he was choking, he was like, I want you to leave. I want you to leave. But he was choking her out. But like I say, that my personal belief is all that shit comes. That, you know why that shit doesn't happen to white people, or that shit doesn't happen to Muslims, or that shit doesn't happen to homosexuals? Because they have
so frequently.
But what I'm saying, exactly. But because these motherfuckers see, oh, that nigga's not a part of a group. Black people are so a nation of individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have no connection to each other, even though we're so connected. You feel me? But we're not connected to each other. So they see that and I feel like they take the opportunity to try to exploit that. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I feel like,
or they feel that we're not educated enough to know the law.
That too.
It's more that.
That too.
I think
I
it's
agree.
more that. Gentleman talk
Mm-hmm.
with common sense to an officer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he was in California.
And still got shot. But go ahead.
No, he
Go
didn't.
ahead.
My bad. Go ahead.
He told the police that he was violating his rights.
Yeah.
That I mean, the conversation went on and on and on and on for a long time.
Mm.
But because the guy had knowledge about the law,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
he could do nothing but say, you know what? Well, I'm just going to let the courts handle it. Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do because you're not a police, the judge, and the jury. You can't convict me of anything. You can give me a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can do, but you can't convict me of the crime.
Now, let me tell you this, E, right quick. There was also a video of a brother named I think it's Philando Castile.
Mm-hmm.
This brother had a license to conceal a weapon. He was in a car with his woman and his child. He told the officer, they pulled him over. I don't know what for. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give the officer some credibility and say you pulled him over for a valid reason. Let's say the officer said, do you have any weapons in the car? Brother said, yes, I got a gun in the car, but I have a license to conceal this joint. My hands is up. I'm about to go reach for the joint now. Officer still, while the guy's child is in the back seat, officer still shot. Bang, bang, bang.
And you know why he
killed
shot
that
him?
nigga. Why?
Because he was scared of him.
Okay.
Absolutely
Hold
true.
up. Time out.
Absolutely.
Time
true.
out.
I want to see what Joe going
That
with
was
this.
the excuse given.
No.
Fear. No. Listen.
Fear is you're a punk. You're not supposed to be scared, and you are a police officer, and you got 5 other people behind you. You can't have that job no more.
Right. So you saying
You can't be an
So
officer.
you saying he's not supposed to be afraid? That's what
No,
you're saying.
he's not supposed. He's not supposed to be afraid to. Okay, it's steps that you're supposed to take.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you because I carry.
Yeah. Man.
So there's steps that you're supposed to take. First of all, he had his weapon out already, right?
The officer. Yeah.
He already had his weapon out.
Mm-hmm.
Why do you have your weapon out?
For a traffic violation. Yeah.
When you have a little girl, a mother,
Yeah, in the car.
in the car with you, sir, the way I would have handled it, sir, you have a concealed weapon. Okay, what I want you to do is take your left hand, open the door, right? Take your left hand, take the seatbelt off, and then slide your body out.
Right.
Okay,
Very
stand up and
logical.
show. That's it.
Very logical.
That's it.
Very logical. But
You
what-
just took that man's life. He said, well, I'm gonna reach for it, and
he
before
shot.
you even thought about it, you're thinking like, this motherfucker gonna kill me. He was scared. He was scared. His mind is brainwashed.
Okay. All right. Talking. But see, let me say something right quick.
That's what he's saying.
Oh.
But
Go
the
ahead,
other
see.
thing is, he shot him more than once.
He did though, multiple
That's the
times.
thing. Like, it's one thing for an officer to be scared,
Talking.
but you got officers shooting people multiple times.
Yes. No.
People are already dead, laying on the ground,
Okay.
and you still shooting them.
Can you say it's brothers? Because it's really brothers that they shoot multiple times. You know what I'm saying? All right. But look, go ahead. But I agree with you. Because my thing is, that's what I was gonna say with you, E. Because I agree with T. Like, I feel like fear is a subject that they manipulate. You know what I'm saying? While they instill fear in us, they use fear tactics for why they still prey upon us.
to protect themselves.
To protect themselves. And what I'm saying is, how are you in a position of fear when you all the gun already drawn on the brother? The brother got his hands out and he explained the situation to him. But yet you can still shoot while this man got his child in the car, and you can say it was because of fear. What I'm saying is, the fear of the black man is something that we bought into as well as black people. It's not as a whole country, the fear of the black man. And what we got to understand, that's been a thing that they've been pushing since they brought us over here to this country. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Is that they've been trying to act like we the biggest villains, but really them motherfuckers the biggest villains. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, I don't buy into their fear, because their fear is really on some bullshit. Because how can you fear when you the bully? You the fucking bully.
And what I was saying.
That's funny though.
Go ahead.
That's the essence of where bullying comes from, Lo.
Right.
Comes from.
Yeah.
It's like a bully don't pick on somebody. you know, that they feel like they can't beat, but to take it a level different.
Okay.
To a whole different level, right?
Do that.
Because we talking about they and them. And we talking about
We
European
talking about the
people.
enemy. We talking about the enemy.
We talking about European people, right?
Okay.
So when
We talking about the elite.
right?
Yeah.
right.
Because there's a lot of white people on the lower level that's really on our side too, and we don't. They can't
Absolutely.
even. They can't even be able.
It's
to,
not all about melanin.
No,
And
it's
back
not
then,
now. When you in
called
America,
Quakers. Yes, yeah.
and when you in America,
Leave
it's
me to
about
freedom.
we believe in racism, but the deepest shit is classism. They breaking us up into classes. You know what I'm
Do
saying?
we understand classism though?
Nah, not at all, my nigga. Not at all. We buy into racism.
Somebody called them Caucasus Mountain refugees.
Damn, I like that though. That's
a
a
hell
real
of a term right there.
That's a
Unique
little
I am
long.
on
That's a little
IG.
long.
Mountain.
What you want, 800? But go ahead. I ain't mean to cut you off. You want to take it a little step
I-
further? Or nah.
Well, I mean, you know, like see, we're using terms and we're talking about things that are factual. You know, colorism.
Definitely.
You know, we tying things back into, you know, like white supremacy and stuff like that. It affects everything.
Definitely.
It affects
Definitely.
everything, and it's
Definitely.
it's amazing how, you know, like I think for me, what I was thinking about when Obama came up, right? So it's like everything Obama did was praised simply because he was black. But what did he tangibly do?
Right.
I don't even know if that's a word for black people. Like in our everyday lives, like we talk about, you know, Obama.
They talk about Obamacare. Them niggas hunt you down and say, Obamacare changed my life. Them niggas tell you that
It changed the people that were high risk, but shit.
I about to say, I
changed
tried to
me.
get Obamacare. Them niggas was trying to bust my head, though. I was like, damn, I thought it was Obamacare, nigga. Like,
And then if they found out you made too much, you had to pay that shit back.
that's what I'm saying, nigga. I was like, oh.
So when we talk about like,
But it's the house is not only built on one person, you know, on one
yeah,
man.
but that's my
Exactly.
point. That's my point about politics. Politics is just full of shit altogether. It's
Yeah.
a distraction.
You said something
the
good before, yeah.
financial sector runs America. People don't understand that.
Yeah.
You know, this is a rate of interest on everything you do in life. College education, car note,
Bills, all
house.
Oh, Bill.
I just bought $1,000 cell phone, man. I ain't even proud of this shit, man. It just look good doing the live.
Nigga, you
and
proud
all
of that
this-
shit. Look how the strength he hold his phone,
Yeah.
nigga. He got the strength in his.
Drop this
Yeah,
shit up.
nigga ain't never hold his phone the whole show. Nigga, the whole show holding his phone. I ain't even proud of this motherfucker. It's $1,000. I ain't even proud of this joint. This joint just blinking on my motherfucking wrist.
Hey, let me ask you a question. What is
Okay.
sovereign citizenship?
Sovereign.
See, now we talking
Yeah,
about some
okay.
things. Sovereignty.
You,
Okay.
you know something
Okay.
about that, Hunter? You know
I
something
don't
about
know
that?
what that
you know.
is.
You know something
You
about that? I don't know really too much. All I know is they talking about being separate from the being under the law of the country. You know what I'm saying? Like, so if you sovereign,
It's a loose
Right,
group
right.
of Americans, Canadians, and Australians. Let me see.
hey yo, and
Those
if y'all
are-
know
those
about,
are- those-
Commentators, tax preparators.
call up to the show if you know something about
If
some
you know,
sovereign
yeah.
shit too, because
This
explain that
202.
shit to us.
The girl in
6520708.
that got shot by the police wasn't
Part
her
of
and
that-
her family a sovereign citizens?
I don't
Yep.
know what she trying to say. I think that's what she was
I
trying to
think
go
that's
You
off
talking about
of.
Slim from Baltimore?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
girl that got shot and
Oh,
shit.
she was going through the process. You can tell. You can
Yeah.
tell when people talking about certain things.
The sovereign shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They believe that the United States moves. Sovereign citizenship movement believes that the United States government is illegitimate.
Oh, nigga, and that's some real
Yeah,
shit.
But you said
We all need
it.
to
Joe
be
said it earlier.
sovereign
America is a
citizens.
corporation.
Definitely,
It is
definitely,
what it is.
Definitely,
But
that. But the sovereign, I think they kind of pretty much, I hope I'm not mistaken, but I think they pretty much go with the laws of the Aboriginals. Like they saying
Right.
that they was here
That's
before.
that's a good foundation for it.
Yeah, they been here
Because
before how America
the
got
laws
founded.
of a corporation are that of a corporation.
But you become a business once you have a social security card too. don't
That's
you?
what we talking about. That's why you get a social security number.
Yeah, you actually
Yeah, so
become
I
a
don't
slave
think he
when
had.
you do
I don't think the
that.
guy had that
And
information.
you notice,
all of
but see,
none of that.
the whole time though, Social Security numbers came out when America went bankrupt. See, this is the shit. So you always talk about how Hunter don't want to talk about certain shit. Now
Yeah.
we touching on shit a nigga been studying for years.
All right, what's up?
You understand
Okay,
me?
well,
What's up,
talk
nigga?
about it.
Break it down.
Your grandmother,
Mm-hmm.
some of everybody's grandmother.
What you talk
Don't
about,
have
Nana?
social security
don't have a social security card. The question is why. So the social security card came out when America started to indebt their people, in a sense. You notice everything is based on numbers. I had a job for I've had a job for 15 years. They don't know you by your name. You got numbers. Everything is based on numbers. And number systems and scales and that.
You a slave. You mark your number when you get a social security. When they put your name in the birth certificate, you a slave.
So you gotta keep in mind on the back of your social security card is generally a letter and a number, and that leads to the bank account that you're born tied to. To keep it in simple layman's terms, that people get killed for, but I don't give a fuck.
But this is what I'm saying though. Everything,
Mike, this shit is flying over people's heads. So
but let me break it down for people. When we sitting here talking about, right, we talking about basically understanding who your enemy is. Yeah. That's what we basically breaking it down to. And what I want to ask all of y'all is, do y'all know who y'all enemy is? Because I don't believe us as a people understand who our enemy is. You know what I'm saying?
I have a question.
What's good?
First lady.
So when that girl in Baltimore died, I forget her name. Corinne.
It was Corinne something.
I forgot her last name.
She was crazy.
But that
that's superhead. We are not big up in superhead right now.
No.
Even though you talented.
Her name was Corinne. Her name was
Corinne, but it wasn't Stephen.
So when she, because I saw a lot of the video of her going back and forth with the police, and, on her Instagrams, she used to talk about shit like this. So I went back and watched all of her stuff from the beginning, and she was talking about social security numbers and stuff, and I kind of researched it a little bit. And so from that point on, now when I call in to pay a bill or something, I hate giving my social security number. And it's but how now do you function without one?
I know.
Well, I think the funny part, or
without them coming to your house, knocking on your door, talking
funny,
about, we're gonna take you back to Mexico.
Right.
you don't have a citizenship.
I think the crazy part is the fact that people were around without a social security number.
But this
and America's not telling
hold
you.
on. To answer T, let me answer your question first, T. What I'm saying is, before we even get to that level where we try and change the social security shit, we gotta get to a level of elevation mentally. Because you can't tell somebody that, you a slave, so to get rid of your social security card, and they gonna do it. They were like, nigga, what the fuck you talking about, nigga? I need this shit to do this, do that. But what I'm saying is, in order to understand why somebody would do that, you would have to understand that certain people out here that's seeking freedom. The true definition of freedom, you know what I'm saying? Which is
where the sovereign citizenship comes in.
Oh, exactly.
But here's the next question.
To a certain extent.
So for people, I'm sure the government keeps a track of people who are applying for sovereign.
Yeah, I bet they do too. Yeah, I fucking bet they do.
Yeah, because it's a different process.
I'm pretty sure that they are pinpointing and researching certain people, like the girl Corinne, who was spitting knowledge to everybody.
Well, you getting that?
So it kind of makes you scared, and that's where the fear comes in to even go about that.
Real shit.
Because I got enough people coming. Okay?
That'll break sovereignty down to you.
Son.
Nobody else.
But that's what you
coming after me as far as the government.
But you know what? I'm glad you said that shit, because that's how niggas be.
But do we understand why the government is after us in the first place?
Ooh.
That's what we talking about with social security numbers and understanding the financial process and the economic process of America.
If we don't understand it, we're
It's
never
too
going to
deep.
learn. We're not going to understand it. We had to start reading. I need to start researching.
We got to destroy the fear.
But here's another question.
Things about the laws. And go ahead.
This talks about taxes. So under sovereignty, or however you say it.
Sovereignty.
Yeah, that. Do they have to pay taxes? And the older people who didn't have social security cards, do they pay taxes?
Didn't. Do we understand where taxes came from? We don't understand that. Yeah, that's the part of it. Like think about it. If
he don't want that. Yeah, he don't want that $1,000 phone to break,
hold me
nigga.
down with my joint.
He don't want that stack phone to break, nigga.
I don't want nobody after me.
So if people don't understand that, if people don't understand that, we already getting work based on having a social security number.
Yeah.
It's a foreign concept. Like, if you're not aware of certain things that that we bringing up. For example, do we? And I'm gonna use this as an analogy based on what we're talking about. Do we notice how America's always at war? How the country we live in is always at war.
It's a script.
You know why?
It's a script.
We're consistently fighting for something.
It's a script.
But if you look at the countries we fight, they're generally naturally resourced.
Hold up, son. We got a
rich.
caller. Hold up.
Uh-oh.
Yo, caller, what it do? Holla at us. Who this?
Somebody hit us.
Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, bro?
What's up, bro? Who this, my nigga?
This is Stanley from Dallas.
Oh, my nigga from Dallas.
Man,
What's
where
up,
you
my
been
nigga?
at, man?
Yeah, we ain't heard from you in a couple weeks, my nigga. What it do?
Yeah, actually, I went back home. I lost my mom. I told you guys I lost my
Oh,
mom.
yeah.
So I
We
went
sorry to hear
That's
that,
right.
bro.
R.I.P.
We sorry to
to
hear that.
Mom
How you
Dukes.
been? You been all right, brother?
R.I.P. to Mom Dukes.
Yeah, I'm all right now. I said I should say hi to you guys, man. It's been long,
I know, man. Well, shit, we been all right, dog. We just growing every week, you know what I'm saying? We over here talking about that real shit, talking about that shit that happened out Starbucks, talking about fear that's been instilled in us as a people in America and shit.
How do you feel?
How you feel about that? You got something you want to give to us?
No.
Hey, go ahead.
You got something to say? Hurry up, time.
You gotta say something about something, though, right?
I mean, as a black man, have you had any experiences when it came to racism?
Yeah, I do. Actually, when I was coming back to the States, I had an issue with a white woman in the plane.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I sat beside a white woman. She was like, she doesn't want my body to touch her body.
Oh, shit.
Fuck?
Filthy motherfucker.
Don't touch my body.
Actually, I felt so bad, but I wanted to talk, but I just said, okay, let me just keep it to myself.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
She doesn't want my body to touch her body.
I don't want nobody.
I got from Nigeria to Dallas.
That happened to me, too, when I was coming back from Vegas when I was in Utah.
Oh, I hate
Hey, you know what though, Stanley? She was doing you a favor. You ain't want her negative ass energy touching your golly ass melanin anyway. You feel me?
You know what? Actually,
What's up?
let me just tell you one thing.
You
What's
call-
Gucci?
Okay, you being black, you're blessed.
Oh, say it one more time, Stanley. For them niggas that didn't hear you.
If
Say it
you're
one more time.
Black, you're blessed. I like
You
that.
being black, you're blessed.
Oh,
Put it on a t-shirt,
yeah.
Stanley.
Stanley, you know what, Stanley? Hey, you know what? We would have to leave on that
T-shirt.
note. That was a great motherfucking note. You can call her every week and say that. Call her every week and just say that shit, my nigga. You know what I'm
Big
saying?
dog from Dallas.
Hey, Stanley, hey, Stanley, look, hey, appreciate you calling my nigga.
Thanks for calling,
much
Stanley.
love, man. Stay up, you know what I'm saying? RIP to your mom again, you know what I'm saying? But keep calling, keep
Yeah.
supporting us, my nigga.
Yeah, I will.
Bye, Stanley.
baby.
Good night.
Yeah, bye.
Smooches, honey.
Hold up, we
bun.
got another caller. Yo, caller, what it do? Who this?
What to do, man? It's E from the OT show, man.
Hey, what up, E from the OT show? What it do?
Castmate, what's good, bruh?
Man, hey, look, man. Hey, y'all talking some real shit. Y'all get shut down, man.
Somebody else said that. Somebody on my line said that.
Hey,
We
go
gonna get
ahead.
shut down. We
Hey,
gonna
that's
get
what we
shut
do
down.
here, OT.
Man.
That's what we do here, OT. You know what I'm saying?
I know. Hey, look, man. I already know, man. If not, but hey, I feel y'all saying the right shit, man. But hey, I understand it, man. It's real out here, man. But
Yeah,
hey,
it is.
y'all keep talking that shit though. Real talk.
Hey, we're gonna do that, man. Keep supporting us. We gonna support you
Thank
too, my
you.
nigga.
I appreciate you, E.
Man.
Bye,
Take it easy,
baby.
man.
All right,
Much
baby.
love, sir.
Baby.
Yo, but hold on, I want to share something too, cause I had an experience same thing, like, well, not identically like Stanley, but I had a similar thing on a plane. The other day, I
Right.
wanted to talk about white tricks and shit. You know what I'm saying, like white privilege tricks. Because a motherfucker, I was on a plane coming. I was going to California. You know what I'm saying. This is my first time out Cali. You know what I'm saying. So I was really stoked to go. I was buff as shit. I was stoked to go out there. You know what I'm saying. So I fly out that joint. As soon as we land, I didn't know that, you know, when you getting off a plane, they get off by sections. You know what I'm saying? So what I said, I saw the sections getting off. So I said, you know what? Since I got the aisle seat, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my bag before anybody else comes so I can just get out of people's way. You know what I'm saying? So when I grabbed the motherfucking bag, all of a sudden I feel a hand on my motherfucking shoulder. And he was like, hold up, buddy. It's not your turn. So I look back and I see this motherfucking red-faced white dude, right? I said, get the fuck off me, man. So I motherfucker threw the nigga hand on me, right? So I said, man, what the fuck is wrong with you? So this motherfucker said, I said, nigga, you don't know me. He said, I don't want to know you. I said, hey, man, you need to get your fucking hands on me. Don't touch me. So his woman was like, hey, calm down. I said, shut up, bitch. I said, shut up, bitch. You don't know who you talking to. So when I said, I was so rough because the nigga touched me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That was, that's a black violation. You don't fucking touch a man. You know what I'm saying? So when he did it, so when I said, shut up, bitch, you don't know who you talking to, right? All of a sudden, for some reason, God gave me supersonic eardrums, right? I heard every whisper in the fucking plane and started saying, that black guy's angry. Oh my God! hey, that black guy,
angry black man on government property.
That's T. They was like, that black guy's angry. Oh my God, why is he so angry? And then all of a sudden, that white dude that touched me first, that started the shit, this motherfucker said, "Why are you so angry?" And then when he said that, it hit me. I said, this what the fuck they do.
You want a reaction?
This what the fuck they do. Hold on, we got another caller.
And they don't understand personal space.
They never do. Close talking motherfuckers.
Who on the phone?
Caller, who this? Holler at us.
I'm calling via the Miss First Lady. I just want to jump on here and elaborate what y'all was talking about Starbucks.
Hey, my nigga, first say your name, my nigga. We don't even know who you is.
Andrew. My bad.
Andrew.
Andrew.
All right.
Drew, what's good, big dog?
Drew, what you want to talk about, my nigga?
Man. I'm saying, you were saying about, the police and everything like that. Sometimes, as black people, especially a black male, you got to play your position with them too. Okay. You got to have you might have a overstanding, that they probably be on high risk or high alert, or I every time if I do get pulled over, I think about that one episode of Fresh Prince with Carlton, and him was riding in the car, and he was like, Carlton, keep your hands on the steering wheel. And I always think about that. I always self-consciously think about that. Okay. And also, what I also think about is this one Young Jeezy song when he was saying, he knew I know he could smell the weed, plus I had, between some dirty ass clothes or something like that. Mm-hmm. And he said, I talked to the officer in a nice way. He said, have a nice day. So sometimes you just got to play your position when it comes to these individuals, because they scared. They don't know how to communicate. They're not from our culture and other things like that nature. So I'm not saying, you got to kill the brother, but don't put yourself in a position to get shot.
Yeah.
I understand. I understand exactly
I was proud
what
of these
saying,
gentlemen, how they handled themselves in a restaurant.
Yeah, I was too.
Because they're about to have a big ass lawsuit. And the owner of the CEO of the company looked like he wanted to cry. Like he really wanted to cry because he's like, shit.
You know what else is true? Like Drew said, some of these white men in offices, they just want their ass kissed at the end of the day.
Right.
They not scared for real. They just want to feel inferior. They want to hear that yes sir.
You mean they want to feel superior?
Superior, yeah. They want to hear that yes sir and all of that shit.
But let me say this to you right quick, Drew. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I want to say to you. Like, some brothers do put themselves in ill positions, and especially when they not even in having the leverage. You know what I'm saying? But there's also incidents where you might get pulled over by that officer that's ready. You know what I'm saying? And it's really it's nothing. Like, you could be nice. You could be like I just explained the Philando Castile thing. You could be the most upstanding citizen as a brother, but if you just get that wrong, it's a strike. It's like a luck draw. You get that wrong motherfucking white cop that's high on that power. You bait. You feel me?
But that's what you hit them with. That's why you gotta hit them with the finesse move, because at the end of the day, they got the biggest gang in the world or in the United States. You gotta educate yourself, especially educate yourself with the laws and what you need to say to them.
Absolutely.
That's real shit.
They got them cameras on. They got their cameras on their badge. I mean, on their uniforms and everything. And I ain't going out like that. I ain't never been in jail, shot, stabbed, so I ain't gonna go on no.
You're not gonna give them a reason.
Yeah, I don't give nobody. I be on that. Nah, you ain't gonna do me like you ain't gonna do me like that. So guess what? At the end of the day, I'm assuming. I'm like, hopefully I live, but I'm never gonna put them in a position to even try to I hit them with the one move. Like, hey, what's going on, officer? Do you mind if I go reach into my glove compartment?
Exactly.
I let them know everything. Oh, it's my phone. He was like, oh, my phone's right here, officer. Do you mind? I had an officer even say, man, you don't gotta do that to me.
Yeah,
he hit me with that one. He's like, man, you don't got to do that. I just pulled you over to make sure you was all right.
Yeah. Hey, Drew, man, I appreciate you calling us, man.
Talking cash shit,
you gave us some real info, man, real conversation. Appreciate that, man. Keep supporting us, man. Hey, my nigga, keep supporting us, my nigga. I appreciate
And
that.
at the
Much
end of the
love
day-
to you, man. Hey, you know, one thing that Drew was
All right,
saying that's solid is the fact that, you know, it's chess, not checkers out here, you know?
Yeah.
And that was one thing about the way that the young Queen Corinne passed, you know, and we seen it with another young lady. I can't think of her name right now. I'm drawing a blank, but it's like on some real
The black
shit.
girl in jail.
Sandra Bland.
Sandra
That's what
Bland.
you're talking
Bland.
about. Mm-hmm.
The aggressiveness.
We gotta like, some of us get conscious and enlightened to a point where we want to fight back and want to buck everything on some
Everything.
pop shit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And chess is always the game of life.
Okay, but let me
So-
let me say this.
so-
I want to say this right quick. I definitely don't mean to cut you off, bro.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, just think about this. What you're saying is basically understanding the position that we in. Because to understand this, if we come with the concept where we should be able to do what they motherfucking want, what they do, understand this. Our aggression is no different than when a white privileged person get pulled over.
Absolutely.
And it's a white rich motherfucker get pulled over. Say, what the fuck
Cussing-
you pulled me over for,
cussing
officer?
them out.
Yeah, this is outrage.
But-
Give me your
Cussing
fucking
them
badge
That's
number.
why it's not comparable the same way.
But what I'm
Because
saying,
when we do that shit,
yeah,
we get murked.
we get shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
And
we
it's-
can't play the game that way.
I'm
And
with
it's
you. I just
not
wanted to put that
always by
context
the
to
same
it. You feel me?
person, but
Ain't nobody feeling it.
I understand what he was saying because
Yo,
you don't.
I never call it.
Okay, we got a caller.
Yo, caller, what it do? Holler at us, down.
No, this is happening, everybody.
Hold up, who is this,
Hey.
nigga? I didn't even hear your name. Who's this?
Hello.
It's what's happening, cousin?
Oh, that's Cuzzo.
Oh, it's Cuzzo. What's up, Cuzzo? What's good? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Just wanted to catch up on the I know y'all was speaking earlier about the Social Security or whatever. To me,
Yeah.
in my opinion, I just feel like that's just a key for the government to to find us easy. Back in the day, they didn't have none of that, so I just feel like they got tired for looking for people. So to take it to the next level, they do about we're going to put Social Security numbers on everybody. So just in case we need to find them, is ways to do that. You can't get to the next step until, what I'm saying? Like, if you call 800 number, what's the first thing they do? They ask you the name, what's your address, and your Social Security number, and all that stuff. So they don't give that information, then how can you get something done?
True. That's
feel
real
me?
shit. That's real shit.
Inmate on the outside.
That's real shit. So you basically saying they
I hear
putting
you,
trackers
Cuzzo.
on? They putting trackers on niggas from birth. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, that's how I feel. And then with the whole America thing, I mean, we all know that the America, so as we know, it's a white man's world. At the same time, you have red and blue, so it's red against blue, which is a good thing. So if you mix red and blue together, what color do you get? You get green. So it's all about money.
Oh, I like that shit, nigga. That was
Absolutely.
that was some pimping right
It's
there,
all
nigga. I
about
like
the
that.
Benjamin.
Hey, cuz I know you hip to the banging lifestyle. So how important is it for brothers that's involved in gang lifestyle to kind of focus more on making money and kind of being businessmen and women and not kind of
Being on the streets.
set tripping and shit like that?
I feel like, in my opinion, because even in my childhood, when I was coming up about, I'm going to say between the age of 12 or 13, I wanted to be in the game myself, and I wanted to be a Crip. But I never really took that route because, 4 sisters I got, and a mother and a father. And after a while, I just felt like I felt lonely at some point. So I thought my friends were my family because I ain't really had no friends coming up. And I thought my mother was always, for my sisters and not me, because I was a mama's boy. I stayed home playing the game and all that stuff. But I had friends and I wanted to get out, but sometimes mom didn't want that for me because I was the only son and she didn't want to lose me. So I got, I got a friend right now who's up in jail right now for life, just for trying to feed his daughter. And I feel like being a black man in America, they're going to throw some stuff like that on you. Why? When we're just trying to do whatever we can. There's not a lot of jobs out here for us. So we do what we got to do in order to survive. I mean, a real nigga is going to hustle and do whatever the hell he got to do to survive. There's no other way to do it but hustle if you can't get a job. Why wouldn't you get locked up in jail and you get a felon, you come out, what can you get? You can't get nothing. So when you get out of jail, you're going to start up a hustle. How can you eat? Unless you gonna get out and try to rob somebody, break into somebody's house, and get whatever you got to get that money. That's what a real hustler gonna do.
My nigga, hey, real shit though.
I wish they wouldn't do in my community. That's all I had. You know, my house broken.
Stupid
my house
as
was
shit.
broken into twice.
I appreciate
you know
the perspective,
Hey,
Cuzzo.
appreciate you calling, Cuzzo. Appreciate you supporting us, man.
Bye, Cuzzo.
Keep doing the same.
All right, baby.
Right on.
All right.
All right. Hey, yo, I want to say this though. I want to say this. If we could extract the fear out of our people, we will understand that the gangs was created though for nothing but productivity in the beginning. No, I think the word CRIP stand for community reaching in progress or some shit like that. I'm wrong about the shit, but I know that the Bloods and all that shit was acronyms for things to try to uplift the community. You know what I'm saying? So gangs, well, how we look at gangs now is what you saying with when they infiltrated drugs in the system, they broke the black families down. So now
that's how they broke the gangs.
So now the gangs is all a deformity of what they were already created to be in the first place. But if we took the fear and the hatred out of ourselves, you feel me? That we could have it. The gangs don't have to play by the rules of the corporate. Let the gangs have purpose of protecting the communities that we are a part of. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I always said that the gangs should be like the melanin people's police officers.
Yeah, it should.
They got so much fear in the streets. They got so much respect in the streets.
Yeah.
Like, people will listen to them.
Yeah.
They can turn so many other young black men's lives around.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah.
Going in the wrong direction.
Man.
But we got to be honest, though, T. And this is what I was talking about fear. This is the honesty about fear. We, black men, you know what I'm saying? We mask our anger as something of a bravado, but really our anger is a foretelling or a foreshadowing of the fear that we masking. You know what I'm saying? That we're taught.
It's deflection.
It's a deflection. It's the meanest deflection. But we learn how to do that because we're trying to survive out here. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, we're afraid of each other. You know what I'm saying? That's why niggas will lash out at each other quicker than they will a white guy. A white guy can treat you like anything, and you pull out your phone. But a nigga say some shit to you, pull out a gun. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that comes from being afraid of each other. Once we start understanding that, listen, man, because I'm walking down the street and you a brother and you say what's up to me and I ain't saying nothing back to you, that's not because I'm hard. That's because I'm afraid to expose who I am to you. Because I'm afraid of what you might do to me. You know what I'm saying? Once we start understanding that, take that fear out of shit. These niggas killing each other because they afraid to live. These niggas afraid to take a stand on living.
That's why people killing us, because they scared of us.
Nigga.
The same shit. It's just learned behavior, man.
It is,
like you
dog.
said, back to the police stop, when you get pulled over, everything doesn't have to escalate to why are you pulling me over? And you know what I'm saying? It's some of the stuff that I see is unnecessary, and some of the stuff that I see
is valid.
Is a violation of a person's right. But I don't feel aggression should seek aggression. It shouldn't escalate. If I'm pulled over, you know what I do? Okay, sir, what I have, what's wrong? That's what I say first. Oh, you were swerving. Oh, I was swerving because that car in front of me was trying to get over and I was trying to prevent from hitting. But okay, what do you need from me?
Right.
I'm not going to say, why the fuck you pull me over? Didn't you see that motherfucking truck right there? Did you see the truck right there?
That's what I'm talking about.
But what I'm saying, though,
I don't want to escalate because all of that is doing is escalating and aggravating. It's causing a hostile environment.
You're 100% right, E. But one thing about it, when you say that, though, I feel like you have to attach the fact that we shouldn't have to be like that. We shouldn't have to walk on eggshells.
Everybody deserves respect.
But it is what it is.
But I'm saying, no matter how much, everybody deserves respect. Because if I was in that position and I was carrying a weapon,
I got you.
I'm gonna fear my life more than anybody because I'm more of a threat to you than you are to me.
But listen, what I'm trying to say.
So I'm not. If I approach your car and you start acting irate and shit, I'm like, shit.
But listen, what I'm saying. E, listen, what I'm saying. The programming makes that my black irate might make sure that you can think that I'm a lethal threat to you. Yeah. But when white guy gets pulled over, his motherfucking irate and aggression is just an irritant. It's perceived as an irritant.
It's not comparable.
In some certain
no. When you're talking about on a human level, what I'm saying is on a human level, they're unarmed black men getting killed. They're not black men. So what I'm saying
and
is
it's systemic to the point where we know that it's not happenstance. We know that shit happens all the time.
I think it's how people react, black or white.
We know that.
I see it on cops.
White men fear black men, in a sense.
But what I'm
simple to small to big, whatever.
But we
know that.
Is it fit? But see, this is what I want to get.
That's why you killing us when we got Skittles in our hands and phones in our hands and shit.
But this is what I'm saying.
You ain't on no square up shit.
If it was fear,
you scared of us.
If it was genuine fear, this is what I want you to understand.
Your daughter want this dick, nigga.
Oh yeah, it's all about that. Oh, it's all about that. But listen, what I'm trying to tell you. If it was genuine fear, it would. Hey, listen to this though. Listen to this, my nigga. If it was genuine fear, it would happen to more other melanated cultures. Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying.
Because we got the most melanin.
No, listen what I'm saying. If it was a genuine fear for us, it would happen to more people that look like us. What I'm saying is, it's not just fear; it's opportunity.
Power.
Yeah, it's the perversion of power.
I get you, because if that was the case, they would be like white
it would be Muslims. It would be Muslims. It would be Muslims getting killed.
I think you're making. I think you're making a valid point though, because that's what it can lead into is power. That's why fear is powerful in the rape culture. Or fear is powerful in what we talk about in police brutality, or politics, or economics. That's why we don't, for example, from an economic standpoint, that's why we're not taught certain things for the fear of us understanding that we're not supposed to be the people that just buy Jordans.
Right.
We can shut shit down if we want to.
Down.
We need to get together. We can shut shit down.
The fear is there from a teaching standpoint. That's why we misled.
Yeah. But you know what? The fear
replaced so quick.
But you know what? The fear that we have also is that we fear that we don't have the power to make the change ourselves. We want to put the ownership on somebody else, a politician, a president,
a savior.
A savior. You know what I'm saying?
A superhero. What's the difference between a superhero and a savior? Man, we got some topics we could talk about.
Listen, I'm trying to tell you.
Is Jesus different than Superman?
Hey, they both got a comic book. They both got a comic book, nigga.
We can talk about some cash shit up here, boy.
Jesus got a comic book. It's called the Bible, nigga. He got some great chapters, nigga. Read it every now and then. I'm sorry.
But back to the Starbucks. I commend the two gentlemen that carried themselves so well.
Yeah, brothers, y'all did good, because I would have tore some shit the fuck down.
Think about that though.
But see, right now, I mean, my thing is, they carried themselves well, and I think they have a long road ahead of them when it comes to speaking about it and representing. I think we should boycott Starbucks as well for a couple of weeks. How
about we how about we make an example out of a company? Let's bankrupt somebody. Fuck boycotting. Fuck hurting your sales for a quarter or for half a year. How about we shut you down, man?
I feel like at this point,
let's shut somebody down, man.
Not to say that we kiss ass to white officers or white people.
Yeah, because I ain't with that capitulation.
Police officers, police districts are paying people off. So I'm not saying kiss ass, but at this point, if something happens to you and you get violated or whatever, you're gonna get some money.
That's if you can live. That's if you can live.
Oh yeah, that's what happened to the boy in Baltimore. His mother disappeared. She got paid, and she
can't kill me and pay me off, man.
Just let the shit.
You can't pay for life.
You can't. But I'm saying even with the Starbucks people, it didn't even get as far as to somebody dying. But they handled it so well to that they know that they can get paid for their injustice.
Yeah, but that's a totally different thing.
And it's going to be it's going to be placed out there.
Being inside a corporation where they could be sued if it's murder is different. But being pulled over on the street,
but they could have got shot inside the Starbucks. Don't get that twisted.
No, they could.
They played it the way they played it. I mean, them niggas was still in a business meeting, man. Fuck that bullshit. The Starbucks still is wrong for doing that.
Buy black. Because Charlamagne posted a black coffee shop that we should support instead of Starbucks.
That's what it should lead to. Yeah. At the end of the day, Starbucks has coffee that they raping motherfuckers off of anyway.
Yeah.
My thing is all this shit to lead to all this shit to lead. You know what all this shit should lead to? It should lead us back to us. That's what all this shit.
That's what she's
all
saying.
This shit to lead,
and that's the point.
Black ownership.
Yeah.
What's the point of boycotting and stop supporting a business that you don't got to support at all any fucking way? Yeah, you don't need Starbucks. You don't need McDonald's. You don't you don't need none of the majority of the businesses that you support unless they black owned.
Yeah. I think Magic Johnson should back out of that too. Now let me stop.
Oh, nigga. You calling
well,
out
Magic
Johnson is partial owner.
Like, doesn't he have
let's
think about things.
Because I've said before that celebrities should take more responsibility.
But let's think about
I think every man that shares his skin should take more responsibility.
I mean, yeah, but if you have that power.
Us having this platform with Crown 360 is power. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there's some people that have more power than others.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I'm saying. That's why celebrities should
let's keep it all in concept.
Let us be the inspiration to inspire the people who have more power. Instead of saying
that's
what they
how
should
you
do.
Use power.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how you wield power.
That's
how you swing the sword.
Hey, but look, on that note, we gonna call it quits.
On that note, if you want us to advertise your businesses,
we looking for sponsors.
Yes. Sponsors, we look for sponsor. Holler at us on our page, Crown 360. Tia, you want to give them our page?
You want to give them the email too?
So the email is Crown 360 spelled out. So K, not C. KROWNTHREE SIXTY@gmail.com.
Stop faking like we ain't
and
getting
if we
a lot
had a
of
GoFundMe
already.
account, we would put it up, but
we'll get
donate,
one. Don't worry.
Us. Help us out.
Drip,
Expand
drip.
our brand.
Come through dripping. Drip, drip. Come through dripping.
You sound like
yeah.
an old man.
But yeah, hey, but look, y'all niggas stop being scared, man. Stand up for your people. Stand up for your
Black
rights,
owned.
man. Yeah, you know what I'm
Black
saying?
owned, everything.
All right, though. We out, though. You know what I'm saying? Till next week, my nigga.
We got something special next week, though.
Oh, yeah. Holla back.
Night.